All right. Hello, hello. Hi, Allie.
Good morning, Patriot family. How is everybody doing this Memorial Day? I know you've had a really long weekend while we're out celebrating and showing our reverence for those
Yes.
that have given all for our freedom and sovereignty. We salute you. We thank you so much.
Absolutely. So
Least
many
we forget.
families. Well, yes, and I love the posts on social media that are, reflecting it's not just a 3-day weekend, guys. It
Right.
is, and then the proper etiquette because I've been to events this weekend where people are like, Happy Memorial Day. And it's like,
Ooh.
it's
We
not, yes, it's not a celebration of it's in remembrance. It's
yes.
not that it should just be solemn, but you know what I mean? It's
Yeah. And don't thank a veteran. Well, we're thankful and grateful for your appreciation.
uh
This is for those who have died for our
yes.
freedom.
Well, guys, I hope you guys are enjoying your time with your families today. Schools are closed and everybody's usually hanging out with their families or hanging out with us, the out of pocket ladies. We'll take that. We've got a lot in store for you today. We're going to talk about things that you won't hear necessarily anywhere else.
Mm.
Allie and I are always shocked at how little some of these stories are actually covered by lamestream media. We're talking about assassination attempts yet again.
Can
Uh,
we just like go at least a month without any of this?
I mean, absolutely. Because Allie, I don't want to build up a resistance or a tolerance to this, right? Like
It almost
this
feels
isn't,
like we're being desensitized.
yeah, yeah. Guys, there's also a big resignation in the Trump camp. We'll talk all about that, plus how our country is going to honor those who sacrificed it all this Memorial Day. Welcome to the Out of Pocket Memorial Day edition. All right, we ready, Ellie?
Yep. Let's open that mic and stay out of pocket.
Here we go.
Two queens, no filter, say what they feel. Allie and Michelle keep it way too real. Politics, family, yeah, we go there. If it's out of line, we don't care. It's out of pocket. It's out of pocket.
That doesn't make you want to dance.
My girls were dancing, and they're like, "This sounds like Brielle," and I'm like, "It's not Brielle, but she would love it."
But that would be the song before "Don't Quit,"
Yeah,
right?
the don't quit part.
Which
Yeah.
which can we just pause for a moment and give
It's
thanks
amazing.
to the people in your life that keep you going when you feel like it's getting a little difficult, right, Allie?
Mhm.
I'm
Yes,
still
amen. Amen for the circle of prayer warriors that we have with us, for those that have just really shown up in your life. Like you have to give thanks for those folks.
thank you. And you know who you all are, and I'm staring at one of the biggest ones. So thank you, Allie, for walking me through some times. The primaries are just around the corner. Love you too. Primaries are just around the corner.
How
And
do the kids, how do we do it now? Is this how we doing it
no,
now?
I don't know. I saw this thing, Allie, where they were doing this, and then her friend turned it and then put a Corona in her hand. I was
Let's go.
like,
A mimosa, please.
but coffee. And then I've got my Navy cup because when Army played Navy that time when we went live, and I got stuck with Navy because you are Army, and then
True.
Navy won, and then I was like, well, I think I'm a good luck charm. So
Man, whatever.
wow.
I mean, at least you represented, a winning team this time.
Are we doing hats? What? That's the Chicago Bears reference. You know what? I'll take it. I wore this one door knocking the other day because it was like red, white,
Nice.
and blue, right? So pure country.
I love it.
Might do that one for just a little. We'll see. Okay.
That's cute. I
Right.
like when we wear hats. I don't know if everybody else does, but I like it.
I like it. I look a little thuggish in this hat though.
I mean, Thug Princess.
Jenny
has
from the
arrived.
block. Plus with the tattoo. Oh my God. Tell me I don't look
There
total.
you go, Jenny from the block. Hey.
Wow. Out of pocket already. We haven't even started. Let's get started with how the nation, I think, is going to remember Memorial Day. This was, I found this off of the official White House page. Guys, let's just go ahead and take a listen. if that doesn't do something to you, check your pulse. I don't know. That's TAPS, obviously. But that is, yeah, go ahead.
The hardest part, I think, of TAPS is when I don't think people realize how difficult hearing TAPS is for military personnel and veterans, and family members, unless you've buried someone and have had to hear that as the casket is either being laid or coming into the funeral parlor or coming into the, like, it is that what it's just, that was the hardest thing I have ever had to do. And she was like, if I die, you have to salute me and don't shed a tear. I know. She's like, cause I'll know. And I'm like, no, you can't do this to me. And then, she passed and I had to abide by my promise to her. And that was the hardest thing I have ever had to do. And I was a flipping mess after that. I actually was in California. She's buried in the military cemetery out there in San Diego, and did not have the opportunity.
That. Did you get to visit?
I did not have the opportunity to visit. My days were completely packed when I was in Cali. I was only there for a couple days, and they were like completely full because I was on OAN, and then I did TPUSA, and then I had to fly back because I had another meeting across the nation in DC. So it was a wild ride, and maybe better planning next time, and I'll be able to go see her. But that was one of the things I was like, man, Memorial Day is coming up, and I wish I would have been able to go by and pay respects. But I talk to her all the time. I know that's weird, but I'm like, hey sis,
I'm not weird at all. That's not weird at all.
Kind of thing. So
I
have a couple friends that I have lost too as well. So it's just TAPS just hits different.
Well, and Allie, obviously later today at the Memorial Amphitheater at Arlington National Cemetery, they're going to create this remembrance, especially because it's Freedom 250.
Yes.
So they're saying tonight at 6:00, the doors open if you're in the DC area. Otherwise, it begins at 8:30. I'm sure most places will televise this, but take a look at what they're planning on doing there in DC. I mean, that's going to be like next level.
I know. I so wish I could be there to witness this. Honestly, anything like Veteran or Memorial Day or our country related, like, is something that I want to be a part of. And I wish I could be there for this. There's lots of things going on, you guys. But how amazing. If you are attending this, please take video, please take photos, send it in to our Out of Pocket. You can, I think it's contact@outofpocket.live.
Yes.
Or you can send it to our DMs at any of our social media. We're on Instagram. We're on, I think we're on TikTok. I think we're on Facebook. We're on Insta. We're on X. So you can send it to our inbox. Let us know. And we'll put your stuff out there and we'll give you credit. So if you're there, send it to us and we'll talk about it live.
Yes, please do. Please do. Those DMs we allow. Okay.
Yes.
Because we want to see what it's like. We're not able to be there ourselves. Allie, I guess, moving on, when we talk about those that are laying it all on the line, I wouldn't actually think that running for office requires you to lay it all on the line. We know you do away with some of the privacy that you would like to have as a normal citizen. You get people on both sides of the aisle that talk smack about you. That's just a part of it. But did we just have another assassination attempt? I mean, just shots fired on the White House lawn is not something that's normal, you guys. This is not something that I want to normalize at all. But take a look at what happened as it rolled out live. I don't even think this newscaster was probably just shocked. She didn't even know what was going on. Take a look. Sorry.
Needs to remain far apart. No. That President Trump has a deal is only for the two sides to remain far apart.
I mean, think about, the shock. I mean, it takes a while. I mean, those of you veterans out there that served and those of you that served in action, like you get not civilians aren't accustomed to that, right, Allie? Like we
Right.
just
No, for sure. Unless you've grown up where that's what you hear, or you
Mhm.
live in an area where, like Chicago, where that's a normal occurrence, then you're not really going to, or like, I don't know, bedside, kind of New York. Unless you're in an area where this is something that is normal, it is off-putting to the average American. I think
yeah.
the right thing to do is to obviously duck. I mean, you don't have a way to, especially in DC, you don't have a way to defend yourself, first of all. And
Right.
then second, you don't really know what is happening in the time. So, but I am so tired of people trying to kill our president and our administration and his family. So, guys, I'm going to give a rundown real quick. Benny Johnson says, obviously, Democrats are saying that they are opposed to political violence. Okay, but here are the comprehensive list of Democrat attacks against Trump.
Go
So
for it.
2016, um, incited at Daytona, Ohio rally, incident at Daytona, Ohio rally, assassination attempt at Vegas, Reno gun scare, forklift attack attempt, ricin poisoning attempt, escort from press briefing in 2020. So the first two were 2016, first three. So Daytona, Vegas, and Reno were 2016. 2017 was forklift attack. 2018 was ricin poisoning. 2020 was escort from press briefing. 2020 was ricin poisoning again. 2024 assassination attempt in Butler, again in Florida at the golf course, right?
Yeah.
Security incident at Coachella, which nobody was really talking about. I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
What happened at Coachella? And then the assassination attempts in Iran, May 25th, May 2025, death threats, August 2025, death threats, 2025, security lapse at Trump National Golf Club, 2025, Air Force One security incident, February 2026, Mar-a-Lago Secret Service shooting, March 2026, Mar-a-Lago no-fly zone violation, 26, White House Correspondents' Dinner shooting, 2026, National Mall Secret Service shooting, and White House Memorial Day weekend shooting. And these are all of the ones that we know of as the nation as a whole. This isn't what has been not made public by the administration or Secret Service. So why is it, again, ask yourself, why is it that this president, who is all about returning back states' rights,
Yeah.
right, who wants to restore sovereignty of Americans, and wants to protect our interests, and become a world power once again, to make sure that we are not taken advantage of as a country as a whole. He is doing the most that any president has ever done for all Americans, not just affluent Americans. It's all Americans, no matter what socioeconomic background, no matter what color or religion.
Absolutely. Men, women, you name it. Allie, I love this post that you made talking about the rhetoric and the hate that's been spread about over the last 10 years. Nick Sorter also said this, that the shooter was known to Secret Service, previously tried to gain access to the White House multiple times. Is this a case of the Secret Service working overtime? Take a quick listen.
What we are told is this individual was crossing the street, reached into his bag, pulled out a gun, opened fire. Officers returned fire. What we also are told from law enforcement officials on background is that they have identified this individual based on the pedigree, the name, the date of birth. They've run that through their indices, both U.S. Secret Service, Washington, D.C. Police, FBI. It appears that he is a name match to someone who is known to the Secret Service and to the D.C. Metro Police Department as a person that they have had multiple encounters with in and around the White House. Someone that they describe as possibly an emotionally disturbed person who has tried to gain entrance at different gates, at different entrances, at different times, and maybe the subject of a stay-away order. But it is emerging in this picture that this is someone that they have encountered before, more than once, but never violently like this, never with a weapon, certainly.
Okay. I chose not to include the news that has his picture because I just don't want to give them any notoriety.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, because that's what they want.
Yeah, absolutely. Allie,
I'm trying to figure out how he got a weapon in the first place, because Virginia is extremely difficult for you to have a weapon, to gain access to a weapon, to own a weapon, and even more so restricted in the District of DC.
I was going to say, Allie, this is a gun-free zone.
Right, it's gun-free.
You mean criminals don't obey the gun-free zones? You're kidding me.
Shocker. I can't believe it.
Downtown Chicago. Shocker.
Sis, this is wild. Like, what?
Well, and so, and I'm not going to disclose too much, but because there's some things happening in both of our lives that are on the move. But you were just at the White House the other day, and I'm thinking to myself, remember the times that we would just walk by the gates, and it's like, so this is a landmark for people that want to come to visit the nation's capital and want to, you walk from the Washington Monument all the way through the National Mall to the house or to the White House. How many bystanders were, thank God, not injured? But we don't know if the perpetrator shot first. Did he just get onto the lawn? I can't imagine they would shoot without feeling like he had a weapon.
I think reports were, don't quote me on this, you guys, but I think the reports was that he fired first, they fired back, and I believe one person that was that was like a passerby ended up getting clipped. So they're non-fatal. So
CBS News is saying, CBS News says that he fired first 3 shots, according to CBS News, cbsnews.com/US, saying that the gunman fired 3 shots first towards the White House. It says a bystander was also wounded.
Yeah.
So
hopefully that the bystander's okay. But this is just wild to me. I mean, it is honestly the rhetoric calling him and his supporters Nazis, calling him and his supporters racist is what is fueling a lot of this. I mean, if you think about the trauma that we have all been through, people cannot handle a lot of the trauma that we've been through since 2020. Believe it or not, we really, as a nation, have been through very, very traumatic times. And it has been done purposefully, and it's been compounded. And I think a lot of people have had mental breaks because of certain things that are going on in their lives or because of whatever's happening. And when you are constantly being bombarded with that the person who is in the White House is destroying our country and is akin to a Nazi or akin to, a dictator, or, is going to, hurt people and kill people, and his policies and his supporters are that way, you are putting a target on our backs. And it is uncomfortable.
Our backs, Allie, because literally, if Charlie Kirk didn't show us anything, it's that these, and even look at Nick Shirley and some of the rhetoric that's around him now, just for exposing fraud. You may not like anybody on the right side of the aisle. I mean, I get that. But there should be a line in the sand, like we give Iran, right? A line in the sand that says this is overdoing it, though. But nobody elected to office really on the left this year has really monitored themselves as far. We used to have Democrats that would say, it's a little bit over the top. I'm not going to go there. Not anymore. It's like all the gloves are off. There was this report. I want to make sure. Let me share my screen here. I want to show this. I was telling you this story before we went live today. There's a story. I don't know if you guys have heard about the guy who they're calling the Trump House. So this is in California. He had his, and you're going to see on the right side where it says March there. This is the actual guy talking about all the things he had in his yard and on his house. Again, not in an HOA or anything like that. So he has the right to do that on his property. But people went through and ransacked his property. So he made a video, but then they've come back for him. He's a 69-year-old Army veteran. His name's Kerry Sharon.
God.
But Bo Loudon is saying here he wasn't expected to survive. He was in critical condition, but he was attacked while being outside of his home. Take a look at the video that this guy shot. Take a look.
Somebody decided that our stuff was not good. Look at this. Incredible.
I mean, So you can see how they've damaged his personal property there. I do have his family did put out a photo of him so badly beaten beyond recognition. I mean, he, he doesn't look like a human. And so I was like, I'm not going to show that. But 69-year-old veteran, it's Memorial Day, y'all.
This is what the rhetoric is doing. It is meant to divide America. America is not divided. We are not. We voted overwhelmingly for the current president in 2024.
Yep.
We overwhelmingly want his agenda passed. Senator John Thune passed the Save America Act. Everyone in this country that is Black, brown, Hispanic, Latino, white, Persian, American, whatever it is, whatever you claim to be, we all are American, and we all want the Save America Act passed because we don't want illegals voting in our American elections. Yes. Period. We'll stop. This is what the rhetoric is meant to do. It is meant to make it seem like we are divided in mass amounts, and we are not.
We are not.
But the fact that anybody can bring themselves to brutally beat an elderly man who also served this nation speaks to a deeper cancer, I feel like, in our culture. And it's what happens when you don't hold people accountable to the actions or to the actions that they make with like effective consequences. So if we're soft on crime, and we have judges that are legislating from the bench, and we have no cash bail, like all of this stuff is what is perpetuating this kind of vitriol.
Allie, and you touched on a little bit too, just the mental instability of so many in our country, whether we want to blame, the amount of pharmaceuticals, the drug addiction, just mental health in general. I was reading this report. So it looks like the person that was attacked, Carrie Sharon, a 69-year-old, obviously Army veteran in Escondido. This is Escondido, California. Is his wife is saying that she does not think he's going to survive. Obviously, we need to keep him and the family in our prayers. But the perpetrator, and I'm not going to give his name or any accolades to him, but he did show up in court and pled not guilty to first-degree attempted murder. Obviously, that'll change if this person passes away. But they're saying the suspect does claim that he suffers from an unmanaged mental illness. So
what is it? Trump derangement syndrome?
And but can we make that something like maybe?
Do you know that's what this is? I'm sorry.
No, exactly. You're right. You're so right. Because if you cannot handle somebody so much that just his sign in somebody else's yard triggers you, you have an issue. You have an issue.
We need to figure out how to get these people help. We have to.
Because
I don't know if it's because drugs are so prevalent in California, because I was watching Spencer Pratt. I think he was in an interview, and he's like, they're not homeless, they're addicts.
Yes. Ooh.
And I think there's a lot of truth to that in a lot of places. But what are you going to do with people that don't want help? And you can't Baker Act them, because not every state has the Baker Act. And not everyone qualifies to be Baker acted. Do you not have a right to be crazy in your own home? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes. And what degree of crazy? Because honestly, like, it could be.
Well, we have red flag laws where I can sit there and call someone because next door they're, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's.
Yeah. Well, you're 100% correct, Allie. The issue with this and the way that it's been carried, and I know it's California, we like to, we joke and people just like write off California, but no, there are great veterans and patriots who live in California who choose, that they choose not to walk out of that blue state.
Not lying. I came back to Florida. I was like, it's not Cali.
It's beautiful, right? The terrain's beautiful. It used to be the land of LA, Los Angeles, the city of angels. I mean, it used to be this wonderful place. This is why blue policies wreck your place. Like, just don't come here and bring your blue crap this way, because honestly, because it's not even blue anymore. It's like so far left that it's not even Democrat anymore. It's socialist, right? And really, we get told this a lot from loved ones and family. It's like, do you all travel with security? And our, it
Sometimes.
our voice, it's just our voice, and it shouldn't trigger you that much. Your hat, your freedom hat, when I wear my white freedom hat, they lose their mind.
Guys, I have to tell you.
Yes, ma'am.
I was wearing my freedom shirt that signed Charlie Kirk and has TPUSA, Club America, SRQ on the back. And I was in Cali. And we walked into an establishment and got breakfast. And I'm like, why are we getting eyes like this? And I was like, oh.
You forgot where you were for a second.
I was like, oops, I'm not in Florida, y'all.
And y'all are tinted. So they were really
and I'm like, oh no. I'm like, please don't spit in my food. Like, I know, I forgot what, like,
ethnic and you're for TPUSA. Great.
I'm brown and I'm wearing a Charlie Kirk freedom shirt and I got freedom hats on and I got red lips and red pants and red, white, and blue everywhere. And I'm like, oh, I forgot where I was at. But honestly, I don't care.
Looking like freedom threw up on you. I love it.
Exactly.
I love it.
But at the same time, I don't care, because while people are giving us, like, because we were with a group, and while we're getting like these awful, horrible stares by some folks, we're also getting people driving by like honking horns and going, we love Charlie. And, like, thank you for wearing that. That's so brave of you to come out here and do that. We don't see that enough. We need more of that. So there are people, it reminded me of 2020. Remember?
Right.
When we were out without a mask?
Like, it took one person walking into Walmart and being like, I ain't doing this. Like, I would wrap it around my ear and let it dangle. And people be like, why you? No, I'm going to show you that I have one and it ain't covered. And people, I would have people walk. Do you guys remember, Allie, do you remember the little like feet imprints that they put in the grocery stores to try to get you like one?
I wish I didn't.
It was like we were playing Twister in the grocery store.
I wish I didn't. My kids were playing around with them, like hopping around and like singing, making songs out of it because it was fun. And I'm like, let's act a fool in grocery stores.
In the wrong direction.
Right. Like, you got turning them around, like the kids are playing hopscotch. Like, that's what we're doing.
But all it took was one person to be like, I'm not covering my face. And then other people would be like, yeah, I'm not either. Like, it's contagious, right? And then there's that old analogy, like, I'm not, and I'm going to mess this up, I know, but forgive me. I've only had one cup of coffee, but I'm not going to, it's not living to me if it means that I've got to be at the mercy of people who want to control speech and want to control thought.
Your life or your time. Or
that's not living. Ask Cuba. Ask Venezuelans. That's not. Yeah.
It's slavery. That's what communism is.
Yeah.
It's slavery. Slavery to government, which is what the Democrats want, which is who they've always been.
Yes.
In case you're wondering.
Well, Allie, I know we're not in the studio. We're both kind of in separate places. So instead of doing our Liberty Cigars commercial, I wanted to show our viewers exactly what it looks like when you get to libertycigars.com. If you want to support your out-of-pocket ladies, this is where you go to do it. libertycigars.com. I thought it was kind of funny when I first logged in. It said you have to be 21 or over. So I had to enter my birthday, which is kind of nice. But they have the Founders series. Take a look. They have an America 250 series. This is what you want in preparation for. Let's explore.
I love that. Look at this.
This look at how it's like artwork. They've got John Adams, Benjamin Franklin. Oh, this is great. Every cigar has a story to tell. Pretty amazing. Let's check out what all their collections are.
The Founders series, the Washington Commanders. What else? It's like a little slow. Presidential series, the Naval series. I believe we got Marine. Nice. The
Florida.
Desperado series. Ooh, I wonder what that one's about.
Guys, when you go there and you put in your order, make sure that you use promo code open mic. We're keeping it open mic for the time being. Use promo code open mic. You will not only save 10% on your order, but it helps out your open mic out of pocket ladies. How do we say that?
It does, seriously. It does. It helps us keep this going. It helps us just continue to give you guys what you deserve when it comes to knowledge on national policy and how to break it down kitchen table style. Because
Absolutely. So make sure you support your out-of-pocket ladies, Allie and Michelle, by going to www.libertycigars.com. Use promo code OpenMic to save 10%. Thank you to those patriotic patriots that will do this. But not only that, thank you for Liberty Cigars for really giving us a history lesson along with your amazing cigars. So thank you for what you do.
yes,
Awesome.
appreciate it. Appreciate it. Guys, support them. Even if you don't want to support us, go support them. They're an amazing company. Seriously.
I wouldn't be offended. Listen,
Not at
fewer
all.
things have shocked me since running for office. I'm just going to leave that there.
Girl, I'm telling you.
Girl. Well, this was absolutely shocking. Should it have been? Maybe not. But, we're used to hearing now about attacks on and attempts on President Trump's life. But as a father that he is, the great father that he is, and grandfather that he is, what do you do, Allie, when all of a sudden they're targeting your daughter? I'm talking about a thwarted attempt, thank God, on his daughter's life, Ivanka Trump. This was just breaking. Let's go ahead and take a listen.
I want to start with some breaking news this evening. There are reports circulating that first daughter, Ivanka Trump, has been targeted by an Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps trained terrorist in a revenge plot over the death of Iran's military chief, Qasem Soleimani, in a U.S. drone strike. The terrorist reportedly spoke of the plot, for which he supposedly had a blueprint of Ivanka's Florida home before his recent capture in Turkey. He has since been extradited to the U.S. So, Waleed, I want to get your reaction on this first. What do you think?
All right, we'll give our reaction because that's what you're here for. But holy cow, Allie.
Wow. Like,
had a blueprint of her house in Florida. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of, remember when, oh my gosh, what's his name? Representative from Texas. I think he's, oh gosh, what is his name? We love
Eli,
huh?
Eli?
No, he's, it'll come to me. Anyway, he's talking about sitting with President Trump, I think in like maybe 2018, during his first term. And he's talking about President Trump sitting there with like the Taliban and ISIS. And he's like,
okay, so you're talking about Wesley Hunt.
Wesley Hunt. Thank you. I was going to say Wesley Snipes. That's the actor. Wrong person.
Girl,
bad guy.
It's the Wesleys.
Wesley Hunt says, I'm sitting there watching the president say, this is what you're going to do. And this is what you're not going to do. And if you don't, take a look at this picture. And it's like an aerial shot of the guy's house.
It's almost, it's equivalent. It feels like, and retaliatory is just insane to me. I like, at what point do we continue to negotiate with these people? And I'm saying that as a mom, I'm saying that as someone that is an American who is tired of Iran and their threats. I really am. I don't want a kinetic war. Please do not miss.
Yeah, no, I know.
I think we have the capabilities to end it before boots are on the ground.
Yeah.
But this is just wild to me. I don't think we've ever seen something like this before.
I can remember Iraq. It would right when we went into the Gulf War, the ground invasion, to get the weapons of mass destruction that were not there or were either already moved across country lines, because we gave them 2 weeks notice. Like when you leave your employer, we gave them that much notice that we were coming in on the ground. So they probably moved stuff. But when our ground troops went in and they actually went to Saddam Hussein's old palaces, they found pictures of then George Bush's Jr. of his daughters on the walls. So they were making it clear that this is one of those ick moments, but anybody who's a dad or a parent, and you think about your daughter, you're like, okay, this is a new low. But
It is. I mean, our president missed his son's wedding.
Don Jr., congratulations. That's right.
Congratulations, Don.
Live in
Jr.
holy matrimony forever.
Right. Amazing. Congratulations on your
Yeah.
wedding. And so sad that his dad had to miss it because of everything that is going on, and also to get word that his daughter was a part of an assassination plot from the very country he's supposed to come to the negotiation table with is just, it's quite insane to me. I think what people miss about President Trump is that he could, if he wanted to. He really could push the red button and it'd be over.
Yeah.
He is really, really trying to maintain or obtain peace.
Yeah.
With
restraint is the word you're thinking.
Right. With this radicalized, conquering, ideological, terrorist regime.
I mean, Allie, this is a regime in Iran, the IRGC, that has been at war with its own people, with its neighboring countries. They want to see Israel obliterated, and really, by proxy, the United States of America. They
want everybody out. They want everyone that is not Muslim or is not Islamic, that does not support Islam, to be gone.
And it's multi-generational there. So for the first time, you've got young people you've got a whole generation from the 70s that escaped Iran, those that could. The ones that are in this country will tell us. The strong women that are in this country will tell us, listen, this is what it was like during the 79 revolution. Like, it was a complete war on women and everything that was beautiful about women. It became a totalitarian regime. It was not done to liberate anybody in that country. But then you see how the generations have gone on in that country to hate America. Now you've got a younger, finally, maybe it's through the powers of the internet or whatever, whenever they're able to get outside messages, but you've got a younger generation now in Iran that's finally starting to think more liberation minded, more freedom minded. And yeah,
and other people around the world. Right. Venezuela. I was just going to say that there's a lot of other countries that are around the world that are trying sovereignty, and America sovereignty and what America was built on: individual sovereignty, national sovereignty, the rights of the people to assemble and to have free speech and to have freedom of religion and to be able to defend themselves and their family and their properties, and to not have the government infringe on their rights and not have the government, seize their land, and to not have, soldiers loitering in their homes, and the list goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on. Yep. It's starting to catch on in other nations where they have been heavy-handed, driven and oppressed by dictators. It is catching fire in a way, and
contagious. Freedom is contagious. Truth is contagious.
Because it's only scary to those that want to maintain that oppression, that want to maintain that control, that power through fear.
You're so right, Allie. You're so right.
And so they want to squash it at any point. They want to stamp it out.
So given all of that, Allie, and given, some of the things that we've heard, whispers we've heard in the intelligence community, how shocking was this when you got this news that Tulsi Gabbard resigns? Obviously, this hit the airwaves. People, oh my gosh, panicins.
I know. And then the conspiracies.
Oh my God. I mean, listen, I like a good... I always say you have to get yourself a conspiracy theorist friend to know what's happening, because our track record is we've been right. But then there is a point where it's like, listen, she has come out and said that her husband has a rare form of bone cancer, and that she would like to take this time to step back and be with him. Now, there are people that won't take that at face value and that think there's something more, I don't know, something more going on here.
Bro, she doesn't have to do it.
Yeah.
And you know what the problem is a lot of people couldn't imagine themselves being in a position like this and taking a step back to be a wife or to be a husband first, because that's what you are first. She's not a congresswoman first. She's not an administrator first. She's not, you know what I'm saying? She's not, you know, Secretary of DNI, ODNI first. She's a wife first.
Yes.
Before that, she's a woman first, but second, and a daughter of Christ, but she's a wife first.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if her husband is in need of support in this way, I don't see anything wrong with her stepping back. I don't care what the reason is. I don't care what anybody's thinking about. She has done an amazing job standing up to the Democrat Communist Party, right? She's done an amazing
the Democrat Communist Party. Former Democrat.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And is working for a Republican president. Like what more do you want? And she was the one who called out Barack Obama and she threaded the needle through what everybody knew. She proved it with her investigative work. So hat tip to Tulsi, and prayers go out to her and her husband as they go through this tough time. She's been an amazing Secretary of DNI. And or Director of National, whatever, you know what I'm saying?
DNI Director, yeah. Well, here's the thing. I feel like we don't pay the right amount of respect to her and what she's done. If she's saying she's stepping back to be with her husband,
she's being honest,
and we read more into that.
She could have come out and said some crazy thing. Like she could have, you know what I'm saying? Like if it wasn't that, I don't think that she wouldn't say it.
I don't think she'd step down if it wasn't this. This is
right, exactly that part.
She's in the fight. Have you seen the footage of her from when she served, and even when she gets a weapon in her hand? Like, this is not a woman that's delicate. But when it comes to matters of the heart, and somebody that, you know, like you said, your husband or your wife or even your children, there are things that you take a back seat for because
family first.
Yeah, family first.
And she's done her part, guys. She is a vet, and she served in Congress, and she's serving as an administrator to the most influential president we have had in my lifetime and in the lifetime of a couple of generations already. So what more do you want from the woman?
What more do you want from her? And I think it does a disservice to her memory of what she's done to not take her at her word right now. So I hope people will listen, as well as this statement that was put out by Trump. I think we've got a couple of them. This he made by Truth Social. We're talking about the conflict with Iran, and we heard some grumblings over the weekend. I know yesterday, day before yesterday, Trump called his entire cabinet back in. As Ali said, he did not go to his son's wedding, to Trump Jr.'s wedding, because just something was hindering, right on the cusp of possibly breaking with Iran. But here he's saying on Truth Social, one of the worst deals ever made in the country, thank you, Barack Hussein Obama, was because of the amateurs in the Obama administration. It was a direct path that led to Iran developing a nuclear weapon. He said he wants the exact opposite from the Trump administration. He said the negotiations are proceeding in an orderly manner, but he's hoping that the IRGC would like to join in the talks. There are a lot of Middle Eastern countries, Ali, that are in the talks right now for the first time, making a lot of headway and a lot of agreement. Could we see peace around the corner? Very interesting.
I am hoping so.
Peace deal.
I'm hoping so.
Is it general? Is it genuine?
Right? Like, and I know that there are people that are frustrated with this. Like, we're in Trump Tuesdays a lot of the time on X Spaces, and there are people that come in that are frustrated about this situation, this conflict with the RGC and Iran, what is going on out there, because it's a constant, like, we're gonna do this, and then it's like, but then we're not, and it's where I'm giving them 2 weeks, and it's like, but I'm not giving them 2 weeks, or I'm giving them an extension, and I
it's
really do
like your best friend won't leave like a toxic relationship, and you're like, oh
my gosh, I know. But at the same time, you have to trust that President Trump knows what he's doing. And why would he go out into the public and tell the media who Iran has access to and who can lie to you, because we have not passed the Spin Act for God knows why. It just, golly, I can't. He's not going to come out and give all of the information. There's something called Operation Security, right?
Right.
And you need to make sure that you're not telling pertinent information that could be used against you or could arm, the people that you're actually trying to negotiate with. And so I appreciate that side of him.
Yeah.
And I do understand the frustrations of Americans that are saying, well, it feels like we're doing it, we're not doing it, we're doing it, we're not doing it. How long are we going to do this? We're going to do it as long as President Trump says and has the will to continue to do it. And I think
this is you're right. This is the art of the deal, right? This is the man that authored the art of the deal. He says here, if I make a deal with Iran, it'll be a good and proper one, not like Obama, where they gave massive amounts of cash and a clear, open path to a nuclear weapon. He said we will do the exact opposite. He says, so don't listen to the losers who are critical about something they don't know anything about, unlike those before me, who should have solved this problem many years ago. I don't make bad deals.
He doesn't.
And stop right there.
That's it.
He should have said, thank you for your attention to this matter.
Right. Thank you for your attention to this matter. No, but for real, full stop.
Yeah,
he doesn't make bad deals. Have you ever read the book, The Art of the Deal? It is amazing. I'm like, this needs to be studied on, let's do like early entrepreneur classes.
We can make it a part of like a civic school, like a business.
Not even civics.
Like
business minded. If you're you should be taking a business class.
The head that would pop if I was like, we should study the art of the deal.
We should make business classes a part of high school.
Make business classes great again. Can we call it that?
Sure. Why not? You're gonna be the school board member. I mean, let's try it out in Sarasota. Why not? I mean, it is blood red. It's like the reddest area in Florida. Everyone goes to Sarasota. But that's fine because we're trying to make Hillsborough red, the reddest county. So there's going to be a little bit of competition there, ma'am. And I'm just saying. We need to flip our school board and we need to take back that the congressional seat from that Democrat. So we'll see what happens.
Let's get a mountain Latina woman in there.
86 days.
That's right.
Well,
speaking of primaries, so a friendly face who we all know and love, Mike Lindell is running obviously for Minnesota governor. You've seen the crap show that's been under the current governor. So apparently he is the founder of My Pillow is leading the Republican primary.
Nice.
Minnesota governor. Now, guys, this is somebody that, he's put everything on the line for blowing the whistle on election lack of integrity. Which is all turning out to be true. So, but him, Rudy Giuliani, they went from being kind of beloved to not being beloved because they just spoke truth. Sounds like a common theme, but doing what's right was more important than being popular. So I would love to see him step into a governor. I mean, think about it. Minnesota's not been the greatest. That's where you've had all the Leering centers and
I know. I think it would be good. I think it would be good. He's grown his business. I mean, right?
Yep.
My Pillow's been doing pretty
Made
good.
in America.
It was good until the weaponization of government happened. Until the weaponization of the DOJ occurred, his business was thriving. Right? I think, right? Wasn't it?
Yep, absolutely. And he's gotten into
let me know.
And he's gotten into the independent media journalism business, Lindell TV, which is one of it's pretty much the only place where you can go and watch real journalism happen on Capitol Hill. They're in those tunnels questioning your representatives on the moment.
Asking great questions. I mean, when was the last time you had somebody ask Ilhan Omar what she meant about certain words? You know what I'm saying?
And how her net worth went from like, I don't know, 3 million down to 100,000 or something with
something crazy.
A winery that's just a parking lot. Like what that?
Explain yourself. She's like, I don't need to explain myself. But anyway, yes, I think he would. I think I don't know. We'll see what Minnesotans say. I hope that they get out and turn out in November. Guys, listen, not November, in August or whenever the primaries are. Listen.
Yeah.
If you remember what it was like in 2020, and you remember what happened to President Trump after his second year of his first term.
Yeah.
So 2017, 2018. If you remember that is exactly what we will go back to if we do not show up in the midterms. I know you're mad. I get it. You might be a one-issue voter. I understand. But I would much rather have you come out and vote or down the ballot anyway than to go back and have to fight again for the safety of our daughters, for the safety of our children, for the safety of ourselves, for, you know what I'm saying? Like,
well, Allie, I look at it like this too. Things did not get screwed up in our country overnight. And how many, for everybody that's frustrated out there, I get it. We work in this industry every day, all day. So we are typically always frustrated, which is really interesting. But how you keep going and how you keep moving the needle is by realizing righting the ship. It's like the rudder of the Titanic. It's not going to happen in a blink of an eye. You've got to really take your best intentions and realize that it's increments, and you've got to celebrate the wins along the way. It's not a loss to have some wins. It's not a loss because you don't get everything your way right out the gate. Like there's increments. And so I'm sitting here watching people, Allie, and I know you're aware of this too, that literally claim to be the most patriotic Republicans that are slamming and slandering candidates because they don't like something they wore, because they don't like something that they don't like the use of words. Like, do you not realize we are at war literally with an ideology that's trying to kill our president? Like, tell me you don't get it without telling me, or tell me that the world revolves around you and your sensitive feelings and not around the rest of us who are all trying to make it a better place. Like, people are just, what do you say? They're so far right that it's almost like they cooperate with the woke left.
Yeah, no, really. And it's frustrating to see because we're trying to move the needle, and it's going to take this boulder that we're all trying to push uphill.
It's freaking heavy. Just saying. Don't make me carry you and your feelings on top of it. Good God.
I mean, Trump is just a tourniquet. It's going to take all of us. And if we're too worried about what is going on to the left and to the right and not focused on what is in front of us, which is the mission of sovereignty, maintaining sovereignty in America. That is what it is. And President Trump laid out his plan. His plan, he's already executed through executive order. The problem is that we have a Congress that cannot codify it, or won't, excuse my words, won't codify it into law.
Yes.
And they all got elected on his coattails. They all got elected by saying that is who they were.
Absolutely.
And then we have states that are refusing to do the same thing. Florida is leading the way in codifying his executive orders into our state laws, so that when we do get a new president, regardless of who it is, if it's somebody that wants to strip away those executive orders, Florida state is safe.
Absolutely. And listen, that's not to say that we agree with everybody who's elected in Florida.
Right. Because we don't.
But just saying I don't like you and I don't agree with you, so you're bad.
So what are you going to do about it?
That's not going to do anything. Like,
what are you doing about it? Are you knocking doors?
Keyboard warrior.
Are you making phone calls? Are you donating? Are you running for office? Are you drafting legislation? Oh my gosh.
Sorry. If I see him doing this tomorrow with his family, the many jobs of Marco Rubio. I'm sorry, I just had to shout.
That is fantastic. I love that.
Is that a Coors?
Yes.
Light? Okay.
Yes. It's not a Budweiser, thank goodness.
I might have gone with Bacardi or Corona.
No, Corona. I mean,
Corona. You put the lime in the Corona.
Oh my gosh, I love it. You know, the many jobs. It's secretary of everything.
I mean,
That's
listen,
great.
Tomorrow's going to be tonight, or today's going to be later. It's going to be hotter than the sun here in Florida. I don't know where y'all are, but there's other areas of the country that are extremely humid right now. So just stay hydrated as you're celebrating with your families. It's going to be interesting. I wonder, Allie, as much as we joke about the many jobs of Marco Rubio, he doesn't he doesn't say no. He always says yes to a new job. I wonder if, I don't know, maybe somebody like Tulsi Gabbard's left another opening in.
Oh my goodness.
Marco, it looks like they've given him some rouge,
Oh my
It
goodness.
looks more like Cruella DeVille, the way they did the hair. I don't know, but
Oh my goodness.
You're
That's
welcome.
funny.
You're
That's
welcome.
funny. He is the secretary of everything. I mean,
everything.
he could be acting ODNI. Who knows? I wonder who they're going to put in as acting. Has it come out yet?
So the deputy, and I don't remember
The deputy for now, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And one person that I've been paying very close attention to is General Michael Flynn, because I know he was such an advocate for Tulsi Gabbard and that they've worked closely.
I mean, maybe it's time.
Please, that would be so cool. Like, just
maybe it's time.
But he's been a little outspoken about what he might think this is. So I take it with a grain of salt. But gosh, would I love to see somebody like him come in and close all the deals? That would be freaking amazing. But we'll see.
We shall see, you guys. I don't know what's in store. That's for tomorrow's problems, I guess. We'll figure it out then.
Well, guys, we're grateful that you joined us here on this Monday, Memorial Day edition of Out of Pocket Live. So many people fought and did not make it home to their families just so you and I can have the freedom to always have an open mic. And this is our weapon of choice, because we're not naturally people that want to create issues or that want to be violent at all. It is speech, and it's freedom of press. It's freedom of speech. So don't ever go silent again.
Nope. And say some prayers to just protect this nation and its people and our president, regardless of how you feel about him. He is human.
And the men and women who serve.
Men and women who serve.
Yes. And
those that are survivors of those who have lost, who are surviving after their family members have passed on.
Yes. Because freedom
is not free, you guys. It requires a very significant level of sacrifice. Your time, your money, your life, sometimes all three. So make sure you are the sharpest tip of the spear in your circle of influence. Get involved, get local, make some change. We love you guys. We'll catch you here tomorrow on Open Mic Out of Pocket.
See you tomorrow, guys.
Two queens, no filter, say what they feel. Allie and Michelle keep it way too real.